Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. Today I'm starting a new what if because I want taking some time for the next part of what if Goku was born as a Super Saiyan 4. So, I actually want to point out this joke someone made. It's this joke right here, I think on the first part, probably? Yeah, on the first part of the rewrite. And I have to admit, his joke was funny. So Goku was born as a man. I do have to admit that was funny. It is funny. And there are other people here as well. But I'm going to give that one a heart because that joke is deserving of a heart. But anyways, today I'm going to be going over a new what if. And today's what if is what if Bardock went to Namek? Now how will this work? I'm gonna make it right where Bardock barely survives the attack that Frieza used to destroy planet Vegeta. Now, due to how Bardock had an obvious no chance of beating Frieza, it wouldn't make much sense that, he would survive. But let's go and say that he was lucky enough to survive. So after Bardock survived, he woke up, barely able to breathe with what little air his lungs have left. He looks around, hoping to find something that could help him survive. And what do you know it? He managed to see a Frieza ship that was heavily damaged by debris constantly hitting it, and it being the closest ship to the explosion of planet Vegeta. He flies over to the ship and turns on its airlock system. So basically the air is now trapped in there with old air being released. He sees that there's not enough fuel to make it to where his son Kakarot, as he would call him, is at, which is Earth. But he knows a planet that he can get to that's one of the closest there is Namek. Or as humans call it, Kepler. Kind of get that joke because Kepler looks a lot like Namek. There you go. Anyways, so he flies over to Namek in the ship. He decides to take a rest after everything. And I'm going to make it an obvious thing here because this is going to, make sense later. The ship is heavily damaged, so it's not going to be able to withstand air resistance as the other ships would. So whenever his ship actually started taking too much damage from being hit by a bunch of air resistance, he had to slow it down. He slowed it down to where his ship could make it there, but he has no idea if his ship is even strong enough to get off the planet. But doesn't care. He simply knows that he has to survive on whatever planet he's on. He decides to get some new armor on, as his armor was disintegrated after the attack from Frieza. Bardock then noticed that his scouter was going off. There was a lot of power levels on this planet. Some were grouped up in these small communities. However, the biggest one was in Lord Guru's temple, and that was the younger Nail. Believe it or not, but in this timeline, Nail would most likely be around Dende's age, or he would be a teenager. So he flies over to the huge power level. The Namekians did see Bardock fly over. Some of the warrior Namekians flew up, and that's where he came in contact with the first Namekians along his journey. What are you doing here? And better question is, what are you? Bardock had no time, and he tried to fly past, but one of the Namekians got in his way, and in fact pushed him. Bardock was mad, and he had no idea that him surviving the explosion of Planet Vegeta had given him a Zenkai boost. His power level would be more than enough to take on the Namekians that went up there. And if you want me to be specific, there's 3 Namekians up there. He states, "Look, I'm not here for conflict, you stupid slugs, but I'm here to find out what that huge power is." The Namekians did sense a lot of aggression in him. They really can't blame him, at least not that much. After all, he was just pushed by one of them. But the Namekians do know which way he was going, and they're afraid that he's going to Lord Guru. And they state this: We're not going to let you go to Lord Guru, but we are just going to make sure that you don't kill him. So, I suggest you leave before we try to kill you." With the amount of Namekians there, which is just 3, all of them working together equal to a power level of 20,000. Yes, 2 of them have 5,000, one of them has 15,000. Not as much as Nail actually in this time I would assume is the strongest Namekian. However, Nail is in Lord Guru's house, so he has no idea what's going on. So the 2 weakest Namekians go to fight Bardock, but Bardock's Zenkai boost actually gives him a power level of 25,000. So he beats the 2 Namekians with relative ease. The most powerful one, the one with a power level of 10,000, makes the fight look less one-sided, but Bardock still wins with ease. Not as much ease, but he still is able to win. He flies over to Lord Guru's house, or temple. Lord Guru could sense that this creature by the name of Bardock had survived something deadly, and that may have increased his power. But he didn't care. He just wanted to know if he was a threat. Bardock remembered that they used Lord in Guru's name while they were fighting, so he bowed and said, "Hello there, Lord Guru. I simply wish to know what is the name of this home of yours." Lord Guru is a bit suspicious, but he decides to tell Bardock that this is Namek, and he's allowed to stay as long as he doesn't try to hurt anyone. Bardock agrees to this, as he knows for a fact that he has no way to get off this planet, and he has no idea if they have any discovery of devices, electronic stuff. So he agrees to stay there as long as he doesn't hurt anyone. Many years go later, and now we're at the beginning of the Saiyan saga, or technically Goku's training saga. On the way there, Nappa and Vegeta's scouter managed to catch wind of Bardock's power level, and he hasn't been slacking off for all these years. Bardock has actually gotten his power level to 50,000 for all these years, which I think would be 14 or 15 years, because Goku's 12, and I don't know. I definitely know that they managed to catch wind of his power level. Vegeta was a bit surprised, and they and they knew what Namek was. So he told Nappa to go see what it was, as he didn't want the danger of himself getting killed. Nappa agreed to Vegeta's command, as he had no choice. If Goku with a power level of 9,000 could easily beat Nappa to a bloody pulp, then Vegeta can obviously easily kill him with just one blast. So he redirects his pod to land where the power level is mainly sensed by his scouter. He follows where his scouter is leading him to the high power level, and there stands Bardock helping the farmers in carrying their stuff to their homes. And I'm going to say here, some will probably say Bardock had no way to eat something. Like, there's plenty of water, but the Namekians do have farms. Alright, it's whenever Goku gets Dende, we get to see, like, farms, some kind of plant. Now, I don't know if it's edible to Bardock or the Saiyans at all. But let's go ahead and say that it is edible. He tried it after he was hungry enough. Anyways, after Nappa arrived, Bardock saw the Saiyan brute. He could tell Nappa was a Saiyan, judging by the tail, the human-like features, even though you had no idea what humans were, and the high power level. Now, Bardock did have his scouter, but he didn't wear it. Judging by how Lord Guru has the ability to unlock someone's potential, which is unlocking their hidden key, I assume, I'm gonna go ahead and assume that maybe the Namekians have some kind of key control, because I haven't been on that much of, like, watching them. Like, I haven't watched as much as I used to. But as far as I know, the Namekians may have key control to a certain point. Or at least Lord Guru and Lord Guru taught him how to sense key. But anyways, Nappa says, well, well, isn't it a Saiyan like me? Well, my name is Nappa. I was sent here by Prince Vegeta to find you. And trust me, knowing that another Saiyan's alive kind of tells us that maybe we have more friends out in this universe. That did also surprise, undoubtedly, Bardock. But he did take in consideration that this Saiyan brute just came out of nowhere. He said to him, well, it's nice to meet you, Nappa. But in case if you want to know something, what's going to happen is that you're going to leave, and I'm not going to join you. Because if Frieza discovers that I'm alive, I'm done for. And then that's when Nappa announced this. We're looking for Kakarot. Bardock stopped in his tracks. Kakarot. Like my son, Kakarot. He's alive? Nappa said yes, and that he'll get an extra pod to get Bardock. But Bardock said he'll just use his. Then Nappa stated, that pod belongs to me, and if you want it, you're gonna have to fight for it. Bardock already knew that his power was more than enough to beat Nappa, so what he did was just smack Nappa out of the way. Nappa was surprised. His power level of 50,000 wasn't a glitch with the scouter. It was actually his power level. And Bardock said this. No offense, but I'm not going to just wait here. I'm going to see my son Kakarot. This angered Nappa, so he shot a ki blast which missed Bardock but hit one of the Namekians. This enraged Bardock, as he groaned to have some of these Namekians in the village as a friend in some type of way. So he blasted Nappa in the leg with a ki blast as a warning. Now listen here, you stupid Saiyan brute. I lived here with these Namekians for years. If I find out you ever hurt one of them again, I'm not going to aim for your leg this time. You got that? Nappa got it immediately. Bardock was not playing around. So, a pod was ordered for Nappa. Nappa got into it, and the two Saiyans went to shortly follow Vegeta. Vegeta, on the other hand, was on Earth, having no Cybermen because I don't know if he actually has the seats for Cybermen. But anyways, he is fighting the Z fighters and is winning with relative ease. However, Goku arrived just in time to save them. But so did two other pods. Nappa got out. Goku wasn't really worried about Nappa. He could tell Nappa was not as strong as him by all means. But it was the other Saiyan he was worried about. Bardock. Bardock looked around, looking for his son, and then he saw Kakarot right there before him. He dashed to Goku, hugging him and saying, "I can't believe I found you." He let go of Goku and said, "Son, it's me, Bardock, your father." Goku was confused, as he didn't really remember who Bardock was at all. Remember, this is the same Goku, just now it's Bardock in the story. But deep down, Goku could tell that Bardock was his father. So, after a while, it was shortly accepted, and the story almost goes on as normal, except Bardock is now on the side of Goku, meaning the fight is more one-sided on Goku's favor. Until Vegeta goes to Great Ape, beats the hell out of Goku and Bardock, and that's where the story kind of remains the same. He's crushed, except Vegeta is now crushing both Bardock and Goku, but they're still saved and everything else. Vegeta is still crushed by Gohan whenever he turns into Great Ape, has his tail cut off and everything. And that's where we're going to end it off here. Vegeta runs off. Bardock and Goku decide to travel to Planet Namek after training for a while. And they have some father-son bonding. Now, the story remain all the same. Now, as we all know, in the short amount of time whenever Goku trained with 100 times gravity, his power level, I think, went to 60,000, as Dragon Ball Z Kakarot said. Or 90,000, I don't know, it could be like the English change of it. But yes, the story will go on almost as the same, except Goku Bardock are training. And now, since we're in the Namek arc, or the Namek saga, it's now up to Goku and Bardock to defeat, well, you know, the Ginyu Force, Frieza, and yeah. So that's where the story's gonna end off. Bye, everyone, and I hope you all enjoyed. Oh yeah, I almost forgot to ask. If you want me to do some gameplay content next week, as I want to have some more time to write these stories, then go ahead and ask, because I have this one cool game that I have been playing for a while now. So yeah, if you all enjoy, go ahead and tell me, and if you want me to do some gameplay content, because there's this one Dragon Ball game, unfortunately, it's on Roblox, so yeah. But anyways, just tell me in the comments if you want me to do some gameplay content, and if you have a suggestion of a game, just a Dragon Ball related one, go ahead and tell me. Alright, bye everyone. And remember, if oh wait, someone asked me advice on one of the videos I deleted. If you want to start out your YouTube career to be nice, I guess just like write what you want to write, I guess. So yeah, anyways, bye everyone. Love you all. And Zach is